And we are live. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the second episode of the Crypto Bull series. My name is Dimitri from graciousInterests.com. In this series, for all newcomers, this series is about doing a live technical analysis of various coins which are being, shown to me, asked to me by, the people watching here. Today's coin will be Atom. This coin has been asked by me in the Telegram group of cryptobelgia.com. A little bit of publicity over there. To do where they asked me do an analysis of the Atom coin. So here we go. Before I start, I want to mention that the parameters I will be using, the aspects to analyze a coin, are all described in my book, Crypto Bull: How to Maximize Your Profit Regardless of the Market. The book itself tends to be about trading and deciding when to buy or when to sell cryptocurrency. Now, in the very first pages, which I will immediately go to, uh, stands an explanation, the various golden rules, standard rules on how to recognize a good project. I will immediately pull them up the screen. One moment, please. Share screen, Brave tab, and here we go. So I'm going to put first page. Here we go. So Crypto Bull, that's the first page, and where to invest. These are the golden rules. For those who have bought the guide already, on page 3, you can easily look up the parameters I will be using. So, what shall we be looking at during this short technical analysis? Well, we're going to look up its historical value, the value, its historical value on, depending a little bit on the time scale, must look something akin to this. So, in an upward trend, there might be some peaks, but the general sentiment must be upwards. We are going to take a look at the community backing the project and its dedicated websites of the project and the coin itself. We're going to take a look at the newsrooms, the hashtags concerning the cryptocurrency, etc., etc. Why are we going to do this? Well, as explained, I want to see an active community. I want to notice daily or weekly updated news articles, perhaps even monthly, trending hashtags, if there are any hashtags attached to it, and a modern, up-to-date website. So the coin of today, like I mentioned in the title and also mentioned during this episode, is going to be Cosmos. I'm going to start resharing my screen so you guys can easily follow up with all the things I will be doing. There we go. So yeah, I did a little bit of preparation. I going to reshow it for all you guys to keep a neutral point of view. I went to CoinGecko. Now you can also use CoinMarketCap for doing this research. You type in Atom. Here we see, coin is mentioned as Atom. Its real name is called Cosmos. What do I see immediately here? Well, it has its value in US dollars about $15.18. 7.2%, if I'm not mistaken, is over a 24-hour interval that it increased in value. What do I see more? Well, market cap, it's ranked number 20. Nice. Dedicated websites. It has a dedicated website of the Cosmos.network. It has a separate website for its white paper, very important, and also a dedicated blog page. I see there are multiple blockchain explorers available: the Mindscan, Big Dipper, Certus, Figment, AtomScan. It is available on a variety of wallets with all the links. I can see the communities where it is active: Reddit, Twitter, Telegram, and its own proper forum. And the source code is available on GitHub. Now, as mentioned in the very first episode, and I'm going to make a remark here, I like seeing all these, the different parameters like website, explore, wallets, community, source code to be filled in. And I see about 3 or 4 mentionings, which implies there's a certain amount of activity. Now I'm going to go straight towards historical value. So, which implies I'm going to look at the charts. So from what I can see, this is on a 24-hour interval. So in the last 24 hours, how well it performed. Naturally, I am more interested on its entire historical run. Because naturally, on a 24-hour basis, it might look good, but if you're going to zoom out, it might imply the coin in itself only has a temporal uptick in value, temporal uptick in popularity. I prefer to look always at the entire historical value. And what do I see? Well, starting from the CoinGecko database, I do not know when, Cosmos has been initiated, when it started, or Atom. But I can immediately see here that its price value is, or has been, more or less in a bit of a decline if I do a quick estimate of the average, or concerning the recent bull run it is going through, is relatively stable. I dare say up until July 20-ish, the general trend is to be bearish. I hope to find out why that's the case. I see there's a bullish trend starting somewhere September, October 2020. That coincides with the bullish trend of Bitcoin, which I'm not going to assume it. Of that, I am certain even. Is for the entire crypto market actually starting to boom due to the world events of the presidential elections in the US, as well as other events as an attraction of more and more corporate investors. So yeah, but I'm a bit worried here about the slightly average downtrend. I'm going to look on a yearly basis and go down. Yeah, naturally yearly basis going upward. 180 days, relatively stable with the exception of the last 2 months, it's going upwards. Same here, same here, same here. So on short notice, I can already conclude in the last couple of months, the bullish trend or the upward trend of its value has to do with the general uptick of the entire crypto market. Not immediately a good pointer. I dare say, like many other coins resembling the shards, I dare say, yes, it might be a good time to make some money with Atom, but currently at long term, I'm a bit hesitant. Going to look towards the exchanges it's available: eToro, Crypto, BTC Turk, Binance, Huobi, Coinbase, BTC. Okay, so available on most popular exchanges, which implies it's actually very widespread. So there's no central exchange, which gives it some additional credibility of being a solid project. This is something I like. A little explanation here about Cosmos. Today is at 1518, and okay, and this explains the slightly bearish trend. Well, the downward value I noticed, going to highlight it, as a circulating supply of 240 million Atom coins. In itself, nothing wrong. This is the last part, and a max supply of infinite, which implies it has no hard cap and makes it by nature an inflationary coin, a bit like Dogecoin. What do I mean with an inflationary coin? Well, it implies its value on the long term will always go down. By reason, there is no hard cap, there is no limit to the amount being produced. This implies that the circulating supply will continue to go upwards. Now, this in itself isn't a very good sign. By reason, it will devaluate the coin long term. At this point in time, I dare say in the last couple of months, people working with Cosmos coin or working with Atom are generally well off because of the uptick in the entire market. Long term, I'd say cash in, take your money, be wise with trading, but for holding long term, that's actually, to me, something to be finished off. So let's say this is already one of those indications for long-term holding I do not like to see. Anyway, I'm going to do a further technical analysis. Cosmos network consists of many independent parallel blockchains called zones, each powered by classical Byzantine fault-tolerant consensus protocols like Tendermint, already used like platforms. With respect to other zones, it uses proof of stake, which to me is already a sort of indication there is going to be a sort of centralized, how to say, authority making decisions. Not a very good sign. Actually, all depends on how it is written down in the white paper. I will gloss over it later on in this live stream. But generally, proof of stake is something to be a bit wary about. By reason, proof of stake has some faults as a consensus protocol. One of these faults is, well, it has to do with a certain centralization of authority, meaning that there are, well, important decisions that can be made by a group of developers, for example, or a limited group of investors. So it's something I do not like to see all that much. So yeah, it's a combination of both. I hope in this case the BFT, what was it called, Byzantine fault tolerance, can actually, because I have to admit, not immediately aware what it is. In case I'm going to look it up, there's always a Wikipedia article. Because as you see, I'm not the end line of everything technical. The world is that big. It's condition of computer present publicly distributed computing systems where components may fail and there's imperfect information on whether a component has failed. Okay, in which two must agree on a concerted strategy, but some of these actors are unreliable. Okay, so the BFT consensus protocols in combination with proof of stake. Well, the BFT, from what I can quickly glance, isn't immediately going to fix inherent problems with proof of stake. Nevertheless, by creating new zone, is a multi-asset distributed ledger. There's a special native token called the Atom. Atoms have three use cases: spam prevention mechanism, as staking tokens, and as a voting mechanism in governance. Okay, so this implies that the Atom coin is connected towards the Cosmos coin and actually serves in the consensus mechanism, which is a combination of classic BFT and proof of stake, which implies the Atom coin is used for the Cosmos coin as a staking coin. I hope it makes sense towards my viewers. So anyway, so just remember, Atom is being used in the voting mechanism for governance in the Cosmos coin. Spam prevention mechanism can be born in order to unblock rewards. Security of the Cosmos is a function of the amount of atoms staked. Yeah, so the Atom is being used as a mechanism. Now, seeing there is no further distinction, I'm going to look it up. I know it's inherently tied to Cosmos, so I will have to look further with Cosmos. So, websites, I'm going to take a quick peek. Cosmos network, it's loading. Generally, my computer is quite fast, but loading time implies it's a heavy website. A scalable ecosystem of connected blockchains, so it probably has to do with DeFi. Well, DeFi, decentralized finance, which implies the ability to make trades cross blockchain, so that you can, for example, trade Bitcoin on an Ethereum blockchain, and vice versa. This implies that exchanges or applications like Cosmos here enable a sort of cross transactions by making use of certain mechanisms. It is related to DeFi, so it is, well, currently I believe it's related to DeFi. It might be a forgiving factor here. Launch your application-specific blockchain today. One more. I'm looking. They are quite technical, I'm going to say, because they do not immediately mention what is. So I'm going to what is Cosmos. Independent parallel blockchain is powered by BFT consensus. Yeah, so in a certain sense, it enables connection between various blockchains. Blockchains. Damn it, my English today isn't that well. Can be described as digital ledger maintained by validators. Not decentralized for now. State machine is just a fancy word for. Okay, so it's to build applications onto it. We need to go back to the beginning of blockchain, Ethereum blockchain 2.0. Okay, so it's for the development of applications, from what I can quickly gather here. Blockchain by allowing to transact with each other, and needs to create an internet of blockchains, a network of blockchains able to communicate with each other in a decentralized way. So, to sketch the whole with the information shown on screen and from what I gathered here, vision of Cosmos is actually to be a sort of Ethereum 2.0. Naturally, there is already an Ethereum 2.0, but to update the possibilities of blockchain, which is indicated here, vision of Cosmos, blockchain 3.0. So Cosmos is actually a platform to develop decentralized applications. It aims to improve on the faults that are currently present with the Ethereum, well, platform, I'm going to say, their blockchain, which is, well, what they call blockchain 2.0. What they try to fix, which is still currently present with Ethereum, is its scalability, the usability, and its sovereignty. They try to fix this by implementing, well, the aforementioned consensus protocols and making use of a secondary coin, being Atom, the one I wanted to, well, do a technical analysis of, but now has been changed towards Cosmos by the simple reason both are intertwined. So, yeah, where was I? So yeah, they try to fix the problems inherent to Ethereum 2.0 by making use of a secondary coin called Atom as a governance token on the Cosmos platform to develop decentralized applications. I hope this is a bit more clear, put it this way. So another application layer, frameworks, governance, create a native ecosystem of modules to easily span application-specific blockchains. So what they additionally aim to do is to connect various blockchains through their platform to create more decentralized applications, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so interoperability of various blockchains that they want to enable with their Cosmos. In itself, good concept, but seeing, and I'm talking about present time here, that they base themselves on improving on the Ethereum story, or what they call the blockchain 2.0, and trying to solve scalability, usability, and sovereignty. In a certain sense, with the upgrades going on Ethereum, whereby they themselves are upgrading their blockchain towards a proof of stake consensus protocol, and actually solving these problems themselves, Cosmos is going to be, well, remain a competitor, but will on the longer term lose a certain amount of relevance by reason that the, well, I'm going to assume it's their future customers can remain on the Ethereum platform by reason the problems encountered are already being fixed by Ethereum themselves. So long term, I dare say this isn't all too good looking. It has potential still. I'm pretty sure there are good user cases which can make use of Cosmos, but I'm a bit afraid long term about their future. So I'm going to get out of the website, going to take a look at their white paper, and okay, it's easily available. I love it that they immediately put contact details for further questioning, which is awesome. That's bonus points. So from numbers of drawbacks, so they explain a bit how Cosmos and Atom works. I'm not going to get too deep into detail because it's slightly lengthy here. How powered by Tendermint BFT, the governance. So yeah, this more in technical detail explains what I've been saying about Cosmos and Atom, but yeah, like I said, more technical here. It's always good to read it through and take your time to see how it really works. Considering that I try to keep it at a 1 hour live stream, I'm going to skip the entire reading and giving commentaries. Just remember what I mentioned on the previous view here with what is Cosmos and a blockchain, so that Cosmos in itself tries to establish itself as, how to say, an improvement of the Ethereum story, which in a certain sense, well, was quite a good idea, but slightly made redundant, less important, as Ethereum itself still the biggest, well, platform to make and develop decentralized apps is doing the upgrades themselves and tackling the problems inherent to it. So in a certain sense, it's slightly losing its edge. Anyway, there's the block. As mentioned in here, I want to see daily or weekly updated news articles, which is exactly what I'm going to do. This highlight January 28 ESC updates, so it implies there are upgrades and updates being done. 20 size funding recipients. They were quite active in January, were the 10th of February. From what I can tell, there's a little bit of a backdraft. 12 days ago, lost article. Those are the announcements. I'm going to filter on announcements, but I'm not very sure. Last announcement on October 8th last year. Technology, do I see here? November 26th. Story Cosmos launch, yeah, March 11, 2019, which implies probably in 2019 project has been launched. So when it concerns news and articles, there is movement, but it seems they are slightly lagging behind. Nothing all too new. If I should rate this, I dare say, well, seeing the most recent article is somewhere end of January and we're still early February. The project's still quite active. If this remains up until March, I dare say something's going on, and people should start watching out with the project itself. Anyway, so these are the explorers. For those who do not know, an explorer is quite important by reason that you can easily look up all the various transactions being done on the blockchain of Cosmos or Atom itself. The reason there are multiple ones implies that it's an active project with a lot of, well, movement going on. Not going to look at wallets, not important at this point. It's important to know there's wallets available, mainly Ledger, so it implies there is a certain, what to say, platform where users can use and store, well, Cosmos in this case. Most important one, which I like to do, is looking at the community. So I'm going to open up all of them: Reddit, Twitter, Telegram, and forums. There we go. Cosmos, Internet of Blockchains. From what I can tell, there's movement 13 hours ago, 3 hours ago. Do I super instant is going on a short-term price action? Yeah, sorry. This one actually caught my eye. Capping mechanism to enhance decentralization. As mentioned before, I'm going to re-show it in the small description here. There was mention of max supply of infinite. Now seeing this, I'm going to quickly open it up. Yeah, such communities tend to underline certain faults or technical, what to say, limitations of the project. They are quite important before you invest. Some news articles, some flaws, some problems might cause the coin or the project itself to be, well, to invalidate itself. That it might become, I'm not going to say obsolete, but a bad investment long term. Now, this caught my eye by reason, as mentioned before, I saw max supply of unlimited, which implies it's a deflationary coin. But if there's an implementation of a capping mechanism, this might actually undo my previously held sentiment about a coin, that it's deflationary and that it actually might start increasing value. I'm going to do a quick read here. First of all, I do like the increased activity in the subreddit. That's not important. Therefore, I would like to hear your thoughts on the capping. Well, it is important by reason there's activity on the community itself. But it takes 13 value to have more than 50% of it's not really decentralized. This is already a point quite important, that this atom itself being used to stake on the Cosmos network isn't entirely decentralized. Mentioned before, there are 13 validators who have 50% of the governance token. That's an inherent problem, quite an unforgiving factor right there. Let's hope they can fix it, but at present time, not all too good, especially since it has been edited 3 hours ago. Blockchains have capping models. Okay, so it's a proposal to implement a capping mechanism. In itself, I'm going to an upvote here. Is a creature take a. So yeah, I'm going to quickly get out of here. So it's a proposal for a capping mechanism. Already in favor because it will drive up scarcity and the rarity of the Cosmos coin, which in itself is good for the project itself concerning funding and use. An unlimited cap makes it deflationary and means a devaluation of the project long term. Wait, don't. Yeah, so people are happy with the uptick in price. Not going to comment here personally, but I dare say that's mainly because the entire market is in uptick. But I'm happy for the guy that he's making good profits, and hope it will continue on for the forthcoming days. It's a Coinbase app that I see. Kepler wallet is now Stargate ready. Okay, so new wallet that can be used, the Kepler wallet, which now accepts Cosmos. Always nice to see. That's one of the reasons I like to browse through the social media and through the community pages, because you can get much more information that way than is being let on through the official websites themselves or from the developers from time to time. So what to delegate to Cosmos Station staking award, 27 minutes 44. So quite active because while scrolling here I see new tweets being made. So excellent. Reddit page is active community, that's a bonus. Twitter, Cosmos Internet of Things, in tweet 1 hour ago. I'm going to assume this one is also recently tweeted. Yeah, it's from yesterday. That's forgiving. 22 hours. Okay, Twitter is also quite active, not as active it seems as the Reddit page, but still you can get some decent information, decent news from them through Twitter. Lovely to see. Telegram. Love it. So this is the Cosmos Twitter Twitter page. I see memes, always funny. I see news, cat.fish. Yeah, Telegram channel is quite Oh, my eye just fell onto something. Admin. Okay, user base is L55. Okay. Yeah, I took a quick break here by reason that I saw a lot of admin. Generally, on a Telegram channel, if you see the admins talking to each other quite frequently on the page, you might say, I must watch out with what I'm going to say here on YouTube, but I would dare say it's most of the time some kind of circle jerk. Now, I saw there were some users, not admins, getting into the discussion, which implies Telegram channel is good to go. Looks like a fun community by reason they have been using Dragon Ball memes, etc. So good to go. Cosmos Forum. Oh, that's the activity here. Lovely that they put it like this. Their own forum seems to be a little bit less active. Now, it might be a case because I'm not logged in or signed up here. Latest activity 9 days ago. Personal training for tutorials. Testnets 10 days ago. There is some activity, but I might say before you get an answer on the forums themselves, you might want to wait almost 2 weeks. So it's better to join up onto Reddit, onto their Telegram channel, or on Twitter to pose questions concerning the project. Forums seem to be a bit on the slowish side. In any case, it is a bonus point they have a dedicated forum for their community. By reason, I know of projects who do not have this, and it actually distantiates themselves from their own user base. Not a good impression by reason if you want to invest in the project itself. It's always good to know that the developers is standing quite closely towards their users, towards standing close with their user base. It implies they are open for development. I wanted to say no for updates and feedback from the community itself. So yeah, I'm going to say this is a good bonus point. Back to Cosmos, scrolling it up. So source code GitHub. I'm going to take a quick peek. So Pinterest repositories. So they have a few things here. Stargate launch, etc. Packages. Docker. So these are the packages you can use. People involved. About 33 people. It's fine, not immediately. Well, if you want to get on the technical side of things, this page, this tab is quite interesting, as you can see who's working with the project itself, who's active, who the developers probably are. So yeah. Development roadmap, 1 open, 0 closed. I'm going to click on it. Yeah, and this is the entire programming. So yeah, there's a README, client library, faucet application, clients for change with Cosmos, modularity, and they also have a nice roadmap. I'm not going to open it, but the inclusion of a roadmap generally indicates their future plans with the project itself. I'm going to assume with the upgrades and updates being done to Ethereum 2.0 and the fact that they actually built their project on solving the issues with Ethereum, that their roadmap is going to be slightly changed or unchanged. I do not immediately know, but it implies they will probably be busy making adaptations towards Cosmos, furthering its adaptation on the crypto market for safe use. But yeah, it implies there's a future plan. As an investor, I like to see that. Not going to get into detail here. It's something that I advise anyone to do before investing. If there's a roadmap available, try to look up what their future plans are. Sometimes it gives away, well, not going to say free information, but information on how the project will develop future-wise, and you can actually compare it to what the market is doing at this point in time. Certain roadmaps, I'm not going to call names, I've seen from other projects actually led me to believe that they were made to become redundant. It might be the case if I open this one and start to look at it into detail. The project itself might become something alike. Not going to open it at the moment, as I am assuming, seeing the latest news article was from January 28, that they are probably busy adapting the roadmap. In any case, I love seeing, well, all the various things here. So issues, yeah, if you're a bit of a technical man with more technical, how to say, background, you can open up the issues, see what's bothering you. It gives a good indication what might be wrong with the project and why or why not to invest. For the general investor, I dare say it's good to know there is a page where issues are being, well, discussed, being solved. Do not be afraid if there's a high amount here. Everything depends on how old the project is. 40 issues, I dare say, regarding starting in 2019. It's fine. Not a bad, not a worst ones I've seen. If you see that the project, for example, is only 3 months old, has been launched, and you see that the amount of issues here surpasses over 100, time to close it down. That investment to make. Pull requests, yeah, not all too important. Well, it's important for the developers, but from an investor perspective, not immediately. Now, what else can we do? The trending hashtags, and well, the modern up-to-date website I can tick. The website, my apologies, was up to date, was quite modern. The only thing I dare say, it might be the case, it's because of the amount of tabs I've opened here, but yeah, it was slightly slow to load. In itself, not really a problem, because I could easily browse the website, but yeah, small issue, nothing too bad. I'm going to Luna Crush, and I'm going to type in Atom. Luna Crush, as mentioned in the very first episode, is actually, what to say, a portal platform whereby coins or projects is traced throughout various social media. I can look up who the, not the developers, but the trendsetters are, so the people hyping the project. I can see what the average reaction time is of the community, it's diverse, etc., etc. So yeah, once again here I've got the price indication, change a little bit, 14.99. Percentile change over the last week, 68. But as mentioned before, it's mostly due to the entire crypto market being an uptick, volatility. So as you can see, on what basis is this? Yeah, okay, it's monthly basis. From what I can gather, starting from early of February. Can I adjust this? I probably can. Yeah, if you can choose between a line or a candle to measure your averages, I would say take your line. If you really want to know what's up, take on the candles. If there's more green than red, it implies it's a good project. If there's more red than green, well, it implies something's off. Any case, sources. So I see a lot of hashtags where it's being used in combination with. I see here Binance staking launch 80 and Atom staking, which implies staking is now available on Binance. Good to know for those already holding Atom or Cosmos. Launches ADA at Cardano and Atom. Yeah, okay, that's a hashtag. For the I added Matic. That's someone hyping before 18 February. That's some trader advice being shared here. I dare say always watch out with these kind of tweets. Always look in depth with the project. I've got to admit, this is my first time actually using the project. Well, I have to be honest, it's not my first time. When I was a member on Coinbase up until a month or two ago, I had the ability to earn Cosmos. That's one of the reasons why I was slightly surprised when I noticed that. Well, it wasn't during the live stream, but slightly surprised to see that Atom actually pertains to Cosmos. I simply earned it towards Coinbase and didn't pay further attention to it. Moved from Coinbase away and sold all my Cosmos. But anyway, which wallet should you use? So there is some activity, especially the last couple of days here. Then influencers. Damn it. Most influential. So I can immediately tell. Going to do like in the first episode, the people being regarded as influencers. I want to see diversity, meaning I want to see various accounts. See Imasi, Crypto Wizard, it was Hangpeng, Crypto Dog, Crypto Chris V. I'm not looking at the content of their tweets or whatever at the Dharma, but I can immediately tell it's diverse. View all, so multiple accounts pushing it. Like seeing that by reason. Well, if it's always the same influence popping up here, it implies something's off. Now, like here, I can look up for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. I'm going to go 1 month. Yeah, this guy seems to be one of the biggest hypers. Him too. Coin Guru. Yeah, okay. So, diverse enough, I dare say. This is also interesting. Which other coins are being mentioned with it in tandem? There's a nice distribution here. Can be interesting. Haven't really made up my mind what I can do with this information. Generally, the amount of coins mentioned in tandem with it implies that it's being hyped by various people. So yeah. Top engagement. I see Hero Crypto here. Quite frankly, the same tweet being repeated here. Basement remodel now 100% finished. Yeah, it's hero. Oh yeah, sorry. Misclicked here. Oh right. Yeah, sorry. Made a small mistake here. If you click on the profiles and the tweets, they give the engagement and the various tweets they made mentioning it. Sorry, mistake from my part. Going to get back to Atom. Cosmos. Here we go. What other news can I do? So those are the influencers. Scroll. Well, that's about it when it concerns. Just look up the exchanges. So rank number 1, Binance. So Cosmos is mostly available on Binance, or at least has the biggest amount of trading volume that I can see here. Market pairs, yeah, it's OKX. Said it was on Coinbase, yeah, probably somewhere, yeah, here, Coinbase Pro, number 20. Used to make part of that number. So yeah. So, in order to conclude, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and going to wrap up this episode. So, when it concerns Atom, I have to conclude it has an active community. It's, well, functioning, its roadmap, its raison d'être, like they say in French, so its reason to be, has been based off the shortcomings of Ethereum. In itself, up until I'm going to say about a year ago, I would be positive about it. Now, due to Ethereum itself doing the necessary updates and upgrades of their blockchain, there is a sort of redundancy going on with Cosmos. So I can only hope that their developers will adjust their roadmap, adjust their raison d'être, so that they do not lose their own relevance. Now, from an investor perspective, an unforgiving part is the unlimited market cap. It implies that Cosmos and Atom are inflationary coins. It implies they will lose value over time, over long time. It isn't immediately noticeable due to the current bull run, the current uptick of the entire crypto market in the last couple of months, as indicated on the price charts I showed earlier in the episode. But I did make mention of it being deflationary up until the current ongoing bull run. I expect when the crypto markets stabilize once again that the coin itself will go back down tremendously. So watch out. I dare say, take your coins at this point in time. Take your profit as much as you can, because I'm fairly certain by the end of this year it will have a certain crash. Now, when it concerns viability, I'm actually positive about the project. It's well done. The active community white paper is available. All technical details are available with the project. So those are quite forgiving factors. I'm going to say it's a good average project, worthwhile to invest in. Maybe all depends on future developments. I only dare say it is a good investment at this point in time, as long as the bull run continues. Just be prepared to not hold on all too long by reason, as mentioned, it will probably crash down. So yeah, if there are no questions remaining, I would like to wrap up this live stream. As with the last episode, if you want a coin to be live analyzed here on this channel, drop a comment down below the video, and first pick will be the one I'll do in the next episode. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys learned something in this video. Hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, bye!